sure to check out Ageless Geeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Mezco Toyz 112 Collective Netflix Punisher. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box with that awesome Punisher logo right on the front there. So as you can see, we do get the basic style box when it comes to Mezco's regular releases. So on the front of the slipcover here on the top to see the Punisher as seen on the Netflix series, which is now canceled, along with all the other Marvel shows, and that does really suck. And then on the center there, we do get the really cool badass Punisher logo. Then on the bottom says 112 Collective Post-Play Display, the Punisher as seen on Netflix and Marvel. And then on the bottom of the actual box here, we do get the warning, blah, 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 so nobody cares about. Then here's the top of the box, the sides of the slipcover. And then the back of the slipcover, we do get a bunch of promotional shots along with all the accessories included with this awesome Punisher. Then you can remove the slipcover here. Hold on, let me do that. And it does display the window along with all the accessories. Then the sides of the box is 112 Collective. And in the back, we do get the giant Mezco Toyz Gomez logo. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure up and take a closer look at the most badass, perfectly casted Punisher that we've ever seen in any of the movies or TV series. So it does suck that this series is no longer continuing. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Mezco just absolutely destroyed it when it comes to the detail in the cloth clothing with this Punisher. Definitely best aspect to the figure. The face sculpts definitely look like John Bernthal, and I like how they added some cuts on the non-battle damage face. I guess it's semi-battle damage. I mean, it looks like an actual real cut on his cheek right there. And same with on the lips. A really nice job with that. We do get a 5 o'clock shadow on there. The haircut looks fresh, just like he went to the barber shop and literally just got a haircut, but they really did a nice job with it. So excellent job so far on the face there. We get those little dots to give it that realistic type look as well. And like I said, they did capture the likeness of John Bernthal really well on bald head sculpts actually. And we get some nice sculpt detail on the top of the hair, or head on the hair as well. So really nice job all throughout the head sculpt. My only issue is they are single jointed, so you're not going to get as much articulation out of them if we had 2 joints at the neck there. Now the armor here, one of my favorite parts about the figure, but the only issue with it does hinder the torso and not really the waist as much, mainly the torso articulation, so you won't get really good movement out of it at the torso, and the waist gets hindered a little bit, so that is a bit disappointing. You can remove it if you wanted to by these button pieces right here. You can remove the vest if you would like to, but I don't know why you would want to, because it looks dope as hell on the figure, and I love the way the Punisher logo looks. That looks sick as frickin' hell, and all the tiny sculpt detail all throughout it just looks beautiful. Excellent job by Mezco on that, and very clean paintwork where there is paintwork, like on these brown pieces and those silver buttons as well. We got some pouches on this side. We get the holster for the gun on the right side, and then we do get the holster for the knife on the back as well. Just really nice job on that. Even some sculpted wrinkles on the back right there. So the bulletproof vest looks sick as hell. Like I said, definitely my favorite part to the figure. Then he is wearing like an elasticy type shirt underneath, so that definitely works really well with the articulation. My only issue is at the ends here. I feel like it might unravel over time, because the regular Punisher I had, it was starting to do that and ripping, so be careful with the undershirt there. Now the pants here, they added enough bagginess to it. It looks like some cargo pants. We get some pockets on the front, on the sides and everything, and I have some fabric on the back right there, and we get back pockets sewn on there as well. And like I said, it does have the right amount of bagginess to it. I have a couple threads sticking out here and there, but really not that big of a deal. Then we do get the knee pads sewn on there as well, which looks really nice. This stitching turned out really good on the outside and inside of the legs there, and it looks pretty cool the way it is tucked into the boots there. And the boots look sick as hell. Beautiful tiny sculpt detail all throughout that, man. Really nice job on the boots. And the bottom of them, we do get some sculpted treads and peg holes there. So overall, A+++ to Mezco on the detail for this Punisher. Like I said, that is definitely hands down the best part to this figure, and I definitely can't be unhappy with how it turned out. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, Frank Castle is included with a ton of great stuff. So first and foremost, we do get the Mezco bag, of course, in case you're someone who likes to store your accessories in there. Then we do get the stand. We have the base and the arm here, and I always love the bases or the stands that Mezco gives with their figures. I love the way the Punisher is spelled, and then we do get the badass Punisher logo. We have a peg in case you want to peg the figure on there, or you can unpeg that peg and peg in the arm and the clamp, and you can make the stand there. And it does have the basic stand articulation, so we do get that stuff. And then we also get 2 interchangeable head sculpts. And starting on the left, we do get the basic stern face, which is the one that does come on the figure out of the packaging. And that one's more of a non-battle damage type face, but you do get a couple like cuts on his face, which look extremely realistic. And they just did an awesome job capturing the likeness of John Bernthal on both the head sculpts. And the head sculpt on the right is the more beaten to crap head sculpt, where you can see some bruises and more blood and cuts and everything throughout the face, and they did an excellent job on that face sculpt as well. It has a slightly different facial expression compared to the basic stern face on the left, and they just did an all-around incredible job with the detail on both head sculpts, and they're very easy to swap them. I'll show you how to do that right now quickly. And swapping the heads is basic when it comes to Mezco, so all you do is pull up and it pops right off the joint. Take the new head sculpt and just push down, and then once you hear like the snap, you know it is connected. So we do get the 2 interchangeable head sculpts, and then we also get his removable coat, a few different types of guns, a knife, and then we do get some gun blast effects. So we do get his knife here, and just an accessory this simple and small always turns out so cool looking from Mezco. Really nice job on the detail on that. It is sharp, so be careful of that. And you can holster this on the holster on the back of the figure. I'll show you how to put that on in a second. Then we do get the handgun here, which looks dope also, and you can holster this on the right side of the figure, which I'll show you shortly as well. I like the texture to the handle. I think that looks pretty cool. And you do get 2 removable magazines with this, but I lost the other one. I don't know what happened to it. And I did end up finding the magazine. It was just sitting on my table, my review table, right in front of me. And I do like how you can see the bullet sculpted and painted on the top right there. I think that looks dope. And then you can also cock the gun back there, which looks pretty cool. But very nice job on the detail on this. And we do get that, and then we also get a revolver here, and you can spin the chamber, which is pretty cool. Very nice sculpt and paint on that as well. And then we do get this gun blast effect, which we've gotten numerous times, and I always love the way this looks. So you can use it with the revolver here, which looks pretty cool. I always get nervous taking this out because I feel like the peg's going to break, which it has broken on me before with my Joker figure, and you can use it with the handgun as well. So pretty cool gun blast effect there. And then we do get the minigun here with the ammo, and the minigun looks so awesome. I love like the dry brush I think they put on it. Just has a really nice look to it, and you can spin this around right here, which is pretty cool. But man, beautiful sculpt detail all throughout that. That looks so damn awesome. Very cool looking. And these you just clip into the side like that. Pretty cool looking. Then we do get this gun blast effect, which we've gotten a few times before. And this you could peg into any hole right there. So it looks like he's shooting wildly with the gun there. That looks dope once you have all that put together there. So we do get all that awesome stuff, and I'll show you how to holster some of the weapons right now. But let me show you his jacket quickly, which I almost forgot to go over. And the jacket turned out really nice. Someone did mention that theirs started ripping on the armpit, so just be careful when putting this on the figure. But the stitching looks great on it, as you can see all throughout it. And we do get some bendy wire here, here, and then all throughout the collar, so you could have it up Elvis style, or you could bend it down regular style. But I mean, it turned out really nice, and I'll show you what this looks like on the figure right now quickly. And the way you holster his knife and gun, so the knife here you just slide right in the sheath or holster there, and then for the gun, this is pegged in, so you have to unpeg it. the strap out the way, and then just slide the gun into the holster, and then just peg that back in. And then there you go, he is ready for battle. So we do get that stuff, and I'll show you quickly what he looks like with his coat on. Man, I really love that they added this with the figure. You get his badass vest on underneath. It's just such an awesome Punisher figure. They really did nail it with this John Bernthal Punisher. And the coat, like I said, has the bendy wire so you can pose it around a little bit. So we do get all that awesome stuff. And then we finally get 8 alternate hands. And starting on the top right here, we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging. Then we do get a pair of gripping hands, which is meant for the knife and the minigun. Then we do get a pair of trigger finger hands, and I'm only guessing that you know what these are meant for. And then we do get a pair of open hands, and they do have a different sculpt or mold to them, which is pretty cool. And if you look closely at the hands, you can see all those little dots all throughout them to give it that realistic type look, and we get some excellent detail done throughout all 8 hands, and they're very simple to swap out as well. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with the Punisher. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the reviews, shall we? Now for the height of Frank Castle. To the very top of his head, it looks like he's around 6.5 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the Mezco 112 Vigilante Suit Daredevil and Red Suit Daredevil, and the Mafex Chapter 2 John Wick, and the Dark Knight Rises Bane. And then here he is compared to the Mezco 112 Silver Knight Batman and Logan, and the SH Figuarts Endgame Captain America, and the Infinity War Thanos. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectibles Smoke, the SH Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku, and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and this is the weakest point to this figure. It's not horrendously bad, but Mezco keeps doing things that I don't understand, like single jointed elbows and single jointed necks. I understand they want to keep the sculpt with the neck there, but you get much better movement having 2 joints at the neck and especially at the elbows, and we don't have a bicep swivel at all either. And since the vest is so awesome, I'm going to excuse that you can't really get much movement out of it because of the vest there, but you also can remove it, so that's why I'm going to excuse them on that. But the neck here, like I said, it is a single joint, so you can only get Frank Castle to really not look up at all, so that is a bit disappointing. He does look down a tiny bit, which isn't too bad. You do get a nice pivot there, and then of course it does swivel. Now, we would usually get a point of articulation at the torso here under the chest, and then we do get one at the waist, but since the armor is on there, it's really going to hinder. I mean, you could push it forward just a tiny bit, but that's about it. The waist, as you see, it doesn't really hinder the waist movement at all, so that's perfectly fine. So you're really only going to be able to get them to crunch forward that much, and going back goes back about that much. I can't get it to pivot at the torso there, but the waist just slightly pivots, really very minimal, and then you do get the swivel at the waist there. Like I said, if you remove the vest, you will be able to use that torso articulation. Now the arms here, we don't get like a shoulder joint at all. As you can see, it slightly moves forward and back, but so minimal, it's kind of pointless. The arms do go out to the sides. Let's see here, a little more than 90 degrees, so that's definitely good. They do go up and down. We do not have true bicep swivel, which is pretty disappointing, so you will have to use it at the shoulder joint, or you can use it at the single jointed elbows there. And these single jointed elbows, they hit about 90 degrees, which isn't too bad, but definitely would have preferred double jointed elbows there. And then for the wrists, we do a ball hinge, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth. Now for the legs here, you can get Frank Castle to kick forward a little more than 90 degrees, so that's definitely good. They do go to the back about 45 degrees. Let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it. And since they're wearing real cloth clothing, you can't really get both legs to go out to the side at the same time, so I'm just going to try with one leg, and he wouldn't be able to Jean-Claude Van Damme it. So they do go out pretty far though. Then we do get the hip swivel there. That's really good, actually. Then we do have double jointed knees that do bend back all the way. Then for the ankles, it does not swivel at the boot cut, but we do get the swivel at the ankle there. Hinges up really well at the ankle, same with hinging down, and then we get some really nice ankle pivot with this Punisher. So I think Mezco is definitely working on their ankle joints. And be careful, it looks like I'm rubbing off some of the plastic or something with the ankle joint there, so be careful of that. But it looks like Mezco is updating the ankle joints on their figures, which is definitely a big plus. But it is really disappointing that they keep taking a step backwards with these single jointed elbows, no bicep swivel, and these single jointed necks as well. I don't understand why they keep doing that. They have the body with the double jointed elbows and double jointed necks, so I don't understand why we keep getting single jointed joints on specific figures. But you'll still be able to get them in some pretty cool Punisher like poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Mezco 112 Collective Netflix Punisher. Hope you enjoyed it, and if I had to rate this figure with detail, I'd give it a 10. Accessories, I'd give it a 9, and articulation, I'd give it a 7. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, so you can check over at their website at agelessgeeks.com. If you can't find it on there, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. Releases. So on the front of the slipcover here on the top does see the damn it. On the bottom says 112 Collective Post Plate Display. Damn you. And Marvel. And then here's the bottom of the box with the blue and chibbity-cha and chibbity-chee. So now for the articulation, and this is probably, not probably, definitely is the weakest part to the figure. Daredevil and the Mephi's John Wick Chapter 2. Or Chapter 2 John Wick. Weapons, knives, guns, and some gun effects. And then, what are they? And they did an excellent job with the detail on oh, damn it, as well. So pretty cool gun blast effect there. And god damn it, an ambulance is driving by and being loud. You bastard.